Whew, now that Wanda's back, I feel like the band is finally... Can't wait to get some one-on-one time. Miss that witch.
Go easy on her, Robbie. She's been through a lot. It might be a while before things go back to normal again.
Normal? Since when were we ever normal? But Nico is right. Wanda might not be as social as we would like her to be.
I just want to make sure she knows that we love her and are happy to have her home.
Maybe start slow with something familiar, like a movie night.
Blade, you just read my mind.
Wow, really? What am I thinking now?
You must have a mind for it to be read, Robbie.
I meant let's have a watching party in Wanda's honor.
I think she's really gonna like that.
Wanda, my main witch.
May I join you?
You can sit over there. Forgot how relaxing it is to just zone out and watch a good movie.
I can see why you and Nico are so close. You have much in common.
Yeah, we do. Now that you're here, you might as well join us.
That sounds lovely.
All right.
Wanda, are those three women witches?
They are.
They do not seem like witches.
That's because they don't know they have powers. Yet. And if they did, they would be wise to hide them.
That is a travesty. No one should have to hide their power.
Sometimes we have to hide who we are in order to be safe. If there is one thing I know for sure, it is that power frightens people. And when people get frightened, well, you know, you literally lived around the times of the Salem witch trials.
I was a young child, but yes, Caretaker and Agatha were terrified of being found out in those days.
I know the feeling. Sometimes I just wished I was, normal. Things would have been easier for me growing up.
Why would you want to be normal when you are so extraordinary?
Are you joking?
Your star is too bright to be dimmed. If it bothers or frightens other people, that is their problem, not yours.
You really believe that?
Yes, I do. So do not get boring on me, Wanda. Boring people do not save the world.
All right, point taken.
Are those witches actually charmed by that awful man?
Well, he is the devil, sort of.
Then why do they not just turn him into a toad, or banish him?
Because they're good witches, Hunter. Like I hope to be one day.
Hunter, I may have found something of interest to you. The means to surmount that obstacle you were so interested in. The secret lies with the symbiote you recovered. If my suspicions are correct, it can be used to disrupt your troublesome ward in the same way that my own wards of protection fell at the Sanctum Sanctorum.
What do I have to do?
Without going off on an overly technical Starkian rant, the alien itself has a very unusual composition. Its seemingly gelatinous structure seems to interfere with the ward's resonance frequency when channeled with the appropriate magic.
You are not going to ask me to retrieve more of the creature, are you?
That shouldn't be necessary. Although a cooperative venom would be invaluable here, I think we can make do with what's left from before. I left a vial of the symbiote on my desk in the forge. If you're intent on removing the ward, take it with you. Discreetly.
Thank you for pursuing this further, Doctor. I doubt anyone else could have made this kind of discovery.
You're too kind, Hunter. Besides, I think our mutual friend has done quite well in guiding you so far.
We have many mutual friends, Doctor.
Oh, I think you know the one. But don't worry, your secret is safe with me.
Well, that is reassuring, Doctor.
And now I should be getting back to my work, but do be careful out there, Hunter, and don't forget about the vial on my desk.
Small victories, Hunter, are always.
This is a distillate from the venom symbiote. Strange thinks this will dispel the ward. The doctor crafted a strange brew that might bring down the ward.
Maybe he learned something new while snooping around in my library.
If nothing else, he knows about you, Agatha, that you are helping me.
He's a very perceptive man. Perhaps it's for the best. There's no sense in worrying about it now, at any rate. Let's see if you can banish this ward.
These appear to be human bones.
I suspect we've finally found the last resting place of Hiram Shaw. Judging by the looks of this place, he was locked down here for quite some time. I can't say I pity him.
But how would he have ended up like this?
Someone sealed him in and made sure there was no chance of ever escaping.
Someone?
From what we've seen, I believe this was your mother's handiwork. She must have used the Darkhold page taken from Shaw to seal his fate. Literally. And I'm sure that means Sarah was at the very least aware of what Lilith had done.
Whether it was right or not, we cannot change what happened here.
I'm glad you understand that, Hunter. Some people never do.
I would not have expected his victims to understand.
I can only imagine how angry Lilith and Sarah were when they finally arrived in Salem. In some ways, locking Shaw down here almost seems merciful.
I do not see the moon seal here.
You're right. I don't sense its power here either. Perhaps Shaw's study deserves a closer look. There must be something we've missed.
These drawings...
They're witch warrens, places where a witch might hide using magical means. Judging from the detail he put into these, Shaw must have studied the warrens for a long time before making his move.
He tortured them there.
Yes, I suspect so.
Why?
The witches wouldn't give up the moon seal. Our gift doomed the Salem Coven to an unimaginable fate. These drawings may yet be useful. I will bring them back to the library for further study. Meet me there tomorrow night.
How long did the Salem witches hide here before meeting their end? This place looks so lonely. Is that meant to be an offering bowl on the altar?
Another artifact Wanda was toying with but could never make work. I'm curious. Next time you find yourself there, place something in the bowl and speak an Elder God's name. Perhaps it will work for you now that you have their blessing.
Autumn thinks otherwise. The son of Gaia approves. Interesting. An offering bowl. What offering? It seems my offering was accepted. Huh. This looks like it belongs here. Maybe I should come back later. These bones have not been disturbed in a very long time. This is which sign?
If it gets any sunnier around here.
You want in on this discussion, Hunter? Cap and I were just having some words about Tony.
I hear a bit of hesitation in your voice.
The thing is, I've seen Tony like this before. He becomes fixated on one idea to the exclusion of all others. Sometimes the results are great. He can split a molecule and make it rain in the Sahara. But considering the danger we're all in, we can't afford to have anything less than absolute perfection. Otherwise, I'm afraid too many people will die.
I know the danger all too well, and I would say your concerns are valid. The question is, what to do about them.
I don't want to completely derail the plan, but I do think it would be wise to have an alternative ready to go.
Meaning?
We need to start walking, talking, and planning as though this prophecy is going to come true.
So what do you plan to do? Are you going to confront Tony?
I'm not sure what that would accomplish. Our skepticism aside, no one wants this plan to work more than we do. We'll just have to cross our fingers and hope, like everyone else. Here's hoping Tony can pull this off. So, do you think Stark can pull this off?
I know I've asked a lot of you recently, dear, especially when it comes to these little excursions. But there is one more thing you could do to make an old witch happy.
If it were not so good to see you again, I might think you were taking advantage of me.
Hunter, you certainly are the product of your environment. Between Sarah and I suppose we're just lucky you didn't turn out more cynical. Besides, this might be interesting. Now that the altar is in working order, we just need to reignite my cauldron.
How interesting can that be? Your cauldron was always churning with some concoction in the old days.
Yes. And how do you think that was possible? It's not just any flame we're talking about here. Maybe you've heard tale of the demon fueling the forge? A fire-breathing demon, no less, blazing as hot as the flames of hell itself. Fortunately, I'll only require a single ember.
I can see where this is going. How do I find it?
I've enchanted this vessel to protect you from the ember's heat. You should be able to get close enough to retrieve it through one of the old mine tunnels beneath the forge.
I have seen the tunnels. They were here before the Abbey.
I'm not surprised. You always have been curious. The tunnel may lead close enough to the heart of the forge to retrieve an ember.
It's a risk. A big risk.
I think the guy's a genius.
This must be the tunnel entrance Agatha spoke of. This must be an ember from the forge.
We've been through a lot as a team, but we've come a long way.
Hi, Kid. I have the ember. The bottle is not even warm.
If it were giving off any heat at all, I'd be concerned, given the enchantment on that vessel. Now, let's see if this old girl still works.
So I can use the cauldron to brew things?
Essentially, yes. collect reagents on the Abbey grounds. You'd be surprised what we can make use of.
And I just drop the ingredients in? Is that not dangerous?
That's part of the fun, isn't it? And I see you've already found a recipe book. I doubt you'll have any trouble following along.
If he manages to pull it off, our prayers will be answered.
And if he doesn't, we gotta be prepared for hell on Earth.
Lovely, dear. You're a natural. Hello, Hunter. Until we speak again.
How long did the Salem witches hide here before meeting their end? Autumn must not see it that way. Tower bells are ringing. My favorite. Looking for company, Logan? Funny, you strike me as a loner.
Who, me? I like people. Problem is, people usually don't like me back.
Well, we need your skills, so consider yourself liked here. And my apologies about the circumstances.
When you get to be my age, you end up carrying so much baggage people would rather leave you in the dust. So, thanks for not leaving this old man behind.
No need to thank me, Logan. With your expertise, I should be thanking you for helping us.
You might want to save your thank yous until you work with me a bit more. There's a reason I've been freelance the last few years.
Well, you are welcome to stay here as long as you want.
I gotta admit, Sarah's got a pretty swanky setup. Puts Xavier's pad to shame.
Some people think it is a little spooky.
A spooky place for spooky people. Seems like home.
Hydra's on the move. Meet me at the mirror table ASAP.
Hey, can I ask a favor? Since Johnny Blaze and Robbie are both Ghost Riders, does that make him Robbie's rough around the edges, spirit of vengeance uncle?
You have not set anything on fire today, have you?
I could not have predicted this outcome, but it is intriguing.
How's it going, boss? If this thing behind me turns into a giant gateway, sometimes I even impress myself.
Good day, Hunter.
Thanks for coming out to meet me.
You wanted to talk?
Yeah, I actually wanted to ask you a question, if that's all right.
Ask away.
Why are you being so nice to me? I mean, I was your mortal enemy at some point, and I was the one who... you know, with Agatha. Wasn't expecting you, of all people, to warm up to me.
The answer is quite simple. I respect the power you wield.
My power is what seems to be the problem. Not sure if you noticed, but everyone seems to be afraid of me around here. Everyone except for you, that is.
It is better to be feared than to be loved, if one cannot be both.
The prince was on Stranger's summer reading list. I have to say, I'm not a fan of Machiavelli. He's a little too... I don't know.
Machiavellian.
Basically, yeah. If I have to choose between being feared and loved, I choose loved, even if it means I have no power at all. Anyway, I just wanted to say, thanks for not hating me. Or something along those lines. I'm glad you're here.
You too, Wanda.
Do you remember the... When you were young, she brought that tower. Any excuse to ring those damn things. You don't know how...
Sending your friends out to fight isn't the easy... Bye.
I'm not sure how I'm supposed to sleep tonight.